Hey again, you know who, back with you here in the download chair. Obviously not getting a shave yesterday. Well, let's get this train moving now, and we leave the station by starting today in the Mideast with an exchange about 2 years in the making. Hezbollah militant Samir Kantar here in his last moments as prisoner of Israel. The Lebanese national, one of 5 militants held by Israel since 2006 and now released back to Lebanon. It's all part of a high-profile swap. The 5 living insurgents, plus the bodies of 199 Lebanese and Palestinians killed in fighting with Israel. In return, Hezbollah releasing the bodies of 2 Israeli soldiers abducted in 2006. The release, completely without surprise, engendering extreme emotion on all sides. Well, to Seoul, South Korea now. This unhappy-looking fellow? Why, that's Lee Kun-hee, the former CEO of Samsung. Unhappy because a South Korean court just found him guilty of tax evasion. Mr. Lee ordered to pay a fine amounting to about $109 million US. But not all's gloom. The court declining to send him to prison as prosecutors had asked. Quote, "I'm very sorry for causing lots of trouble," he told the press. I'll bet. Well, even still, critics saying that South Korea's courts repeatedly too lenient on wealthy cheats like Mr. Lee. In the words of local media, quote, "Rich means not guilty." Well, an update for you now on 2 stories that we've been tracking here at the Download. And to the disputed border between Cambodia and Thailand now. Cambodia saying for a second day that Thai troops are crossing into Cambodian territory. Thailand also for the second day having none of it, saying it's the Cambodians who are entering Thai territory. Well, mediation underway. And caught in the middle, the 900 residents living near the Preah Vihear temple smack in the middle of the dispute. The conflict unintentionally heated up by UNESCO recently, naming Preah Vihear to its World Heritage List last week. Whoops. Well, clearly no whoops involved in our second update. This item taking us again to Seoul. There, the presidential spokesman this week announcing South Korea's recall of its ambassador to Japan. Further, the South Korean foreign minister summoning Japan's ambassador for, well, something of a public dressing down in the middle of a diplomatic dust-up. Well, the cause of all the long faces? Well, it's these 2 tiny islands claimed by both South Korea and Japan. Now, Seoul has been administering the islands for decades, but news coming this week that Japan's Education Committee, those are the folks who decide what goes in the national textbooks, well, now they're rewriting the books to reassert Japan's claim. Japan's chief cabinet secretary asking all parties to, well, cool down a bit and leave diplomats time to work to resolve the dispute peacefully. You know, that's not being made any easier by developing protests in South Korea, many taking to the streets, still smarting from Japan's colonial rule of the Korean Peninsula decades ago. Well, a crime mystery solved to end today. No, this is not another dumb criminal tale. But would you believe a criminal with a tail? This Circuit City store in Colorado the setting. Employees discovering broken glass this morning. A break-in? Well, obvious, but by who? Hello! Video surveillance cameras providing the answer. The criminal, this 115-kilogram brown bear, of course, smashing his way into the store's loading dock entrance and then rummaging around in the storeroom until making his getaway a few minutes later with no shopping bag in sight. Now, there's no audio on the tape, but Circuit City officials swear they could hear a faint voice saying the same thing over and over. "Where's my iPhone? I need my iPhone, and I need it now!" No, they did not. And nor were there any banjos playing on the tape either. We're just scamps. Well, that's your download for today. We'll see you again tomorrow.